Hi everyone, welcome to my Resources of the Week series. I'm Sarah, I'm from Mindscape Psychology in Leichhardt in Sydney, and so far I've been sharing with you guys a couple of the resources and books that I use quite a lot in my therapy practice. And today I'm going to be sharing with you another really cool resource that I use quite a lot of, particularly when I'm working with young adults and adolescents. And it's a really fantastic resource that I came across a few years ago when I started to really take an interest in working with teenagers and with young people. So it's called the St. Luke's Strengths Cards. And I first came across this resource when I was working in an adolescent focused practice, partly because I noticed that when I started working with adolescents, all of the techniques that I had previously learned and was using in my work with adults pretty much didn't work with teenagers. And I found that I had to relearn or just learn a whole lot of new skills in terms of trying to engage adolescents with therapy, to really focus on getting to know them and build a really strong therapeutic rapport and relationship with them, so that we could get some of the nitty-gritty therapy stuff actually happening after a couple of sessions. So the reason why I love this resource is because it gets us to focus on our positive qualities. And often this is something that not just teenagers, but I think all of us sometimes have a lot of trouble really focusing on. So I'm going to show you what's inside the box. When you pop it open, there are a stack of cards that each have a strength description on them, and there's also the instruction manual, which gives you a lot of different ways of using these cards. So they're really cute. They've got really interesting pictures, really nice depictions of each of the strengths, and we can start to think about what are some of the positive qualities that we have when we're in everyday situations or in challenging situations. So what I often get the young people that I work with to think about are some of the challenging situations that might have brought them into therapy, but getting them to think about it in a different way. So describing a challenging situation, but looking at it with the light of strengths. So they're able then to think about what were some of the strengths, some of the qualities that I used in that really challenging situation that actually helped me to get through that situation. And when we start to focus on strengths, we're focusing on our own internal repertoire, our own internal catalog of all of those positive qualities that we sometimes forget that we have. And when we're focusing on those positive qualities, we can then think about, how was that strength useful? How was I strong in a particular situation? How was I independent or purposeful in a particular situation? And then we can even set some goals for ourselves. We can think about, how can I use these strengths in similar future situations where I might need them, where I might feel stressed or challenged. And you could probably see that I'm sitting on the floor in one of my consultation rooms in my practice. And the reason why I'm sitting on the floor today is because we can use these cards as a conversation starter to start to think about our own self-esteem. We can do some self-reflection, and we can think about, what are our interpretations even of these strengths. One of the interesting things that I found is that a lot of the people that I see have very, very different interpretations of each of these strengths and qualities. They see them in different ways, and they also embody them in different ways. Each of these things might be demonstrated in a different way by each person. And so we can spread out all of the cards, put them all over the floor, and we can think about, so how does forgiving look when we're thinking about a situation where we might have been forgiving? Or how does adventurous look when we're in a situation that requires us to be adventurous? How can we use these to our advantage to get through similar future situations? So I hope that you've found this really interesting and useful. And I think also we ourselves, you and I, maybe watching this video, we can use these strengths and notice our strengths when we're in similar situations in future, when we're in challenging situations. So I'd like you to maybe comment on this video, maybe comment on the post, or send me an email. Let me know what you think about this. If you've done a similar exercise, if you've had to go through this process of self-reflection, let me know what you've thought of it. Okay? Have a great day.